In October 2019, Sky from the Swamp Valley YouTube channel went camping at Landine Estate in Scotland. While the area is typically popular with walkers, Sky quickly sensed something unsettling upon arrival. He captured the entire experience on his phone, and the footage has since left his viewers deeply unnerved.
It's really freaking me out. Somebody is actually following me, and it's freaking me out. What the like? Who the hell is that? Can't be on the joke.
As Sky hikes up to a campsite to meet his friends, he suddenly realizes someone is following him. He has no idea who they are or what they want, so he quickly moves into a denser part of the forest, hoping to hide.
I'm gonna have to confront him, I think. Just ask him what the hell he's playing at.
The man is heading straight towards Sky's friend's campsite. Fearing for their safety, Sky decides to follow him. After tracking him for a while, the man suddenly vanishes from sight. Sky stops to take a break and tries to call his friends, but that's when things take a terrifying turn.
Oh, oh Jesus! Fuck! No! Oh! No! Oh! Shit! Jesus!
As Sky hides, the man suddenly appears right above him. Panicked, Sky bolts in terror, but the man gives chase, this time wielding a flaming torch. Sky recalls it as one of the most terrifying experiences of his life. To this day, he has no idea who the man was, but he has a chilling suspicion about what his intentions were, and it wouldn't have ended well. Brendan Explores uploaded this clip, calling it the worst camping experience I've ever had. It all started when Brendan took a trip to the picturesque town of Clacton-on-Sea, located on England's southeast coast. Just 2 miles south lies another coastal town, Jaywick, but the contrast between them is stark. While Clacton has been named one of Britain's happiest places to live, Jaywick is infamous as the most impoverished town in England. Curious to see if the town's reputation was deserved, Brendan decided to investigate, parking his van there overnight. At 2:30 a.m., he learned firsthand exactly why Jaywick has such a notorious reputation.
I think someone's outside the van. Someone just tried the door.
Hey!
Right, whoever the that was has now gone. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my god.
Jolted awake in the middle of the night, Brendan is horrified to hear someone rattling his van's door handle. Before he can react, the stranger smashes his window. According to Brendan, the intruder fled as soon as he shouted. He and his viewers suspect it was an opportunistic thief. A quick Google search confirms that Jaywick, where Brendan was camping, has one of the highest crime rates in Britain. With nearly 62% of adults unemployed and limited opportunities in the area, it's unfortunately not surprising that some resort to theft to make ends meet. Despite the frightening encounter, Brendan says the experience hasn't deterred him from camping, though he'll be much more careful about where he spends the night in the future. Sean, who runs a popular camping channel, is known for exploring some of the wildest and most remote parts of the UK, hopping into his van and letting his sense of adventure guide him. However, in February 2024, a solo camping trip took a chilling turn, leaving both him and his viewers deeply unsettled. After a short break from making content due to van repairs, Sean decided to ease back into his routine by heading to a quiet, secluded spot surrounded by dense forest. What was meant to be a peaceful trip quickly became something far more unsettling.
I mean, I am parked on the side of the road. I have parked across from a bit of a clearing. After last week's video where I had a little bit of aggro, I decided this week I'm just going to come out in the middle of nowhere so that I can have a little bit of downtime.
After parking his van on the side of the road, Sean sets off on a hike into the forest. A few hours later, as darkness begins to fall, he makes his way back to the van and settles in for the night. But the calm wouldn't last for long. "Well, I'll see you in the morning," he says, unaware of what's to come.
Well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
The car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
So, I was just woken up because I heard a car pull up, and it was at the front of the van. So I got up, turned my phone on, and filmed. And as soon as I drew the curtains back, they drove off. They got to the end of the road, turned around, and then came back and parked behind the van.
At 3 a.m., Sean is jolted awake by the sound of a car pulling up right outside his van. In such a remote location, he hadn't expected to see anyone, especially not in the middle of the night. Then he hears it, footsteps circling his van. His heart pounds as he wonders if someone is trying to break in. Frozen in fear, he knows he should jump into the driver's seat and escape, but terror keeps him rooted in place. Eventually, the mysterious visitor leaves, but the eerie encounter leaves Sean on edge. The next morning, as he prepares to drive off, he makes a chilling discovery.
My door's stuck.
the actual. See that?
Shakon wakes up to a horrifying realization. Someone has zip-tied his van door shut, trapping him inside. After struggling, he manages to cut the ties and get out. But what he finds next is even more disturbing. Fingerprints smeared all over the exterior of his van. It becomes clear that whoever was lurking outside had tried to break in. When they couldn't get inside, they zip-tied the side doors, likely to prevent Sean from escaping. Fortunately, they hadn't tampered with the back doors. If they had, he would have been completely trapped. Shaken by the experience, Sean ends the video with a chilling thought. I came here thinking the woods would be the scariest part of the trip, but it's other people we should really be worried about.